question, is the hotel part of a chain or is it managed by a company? It is an independent hotel. So we have several different owners, two of which come to the hotel quite often, one which is a little bit of a silent partner. We don't see that individual as much. Most importantly, we belong to leading hotels of the world, and this is a collection of independent hotels, and you have to be invited in order to be part of that collection. So we're very proud of that affiliation. The website of the hotel is thehazeltonhotel.com, and the hotel is 10 years old. We just celebrated our 10th. It was always running as the Hazelton Hotel, and we've had different management companies come in over the time. The past management company was Liverton Hotels, and now we have a new general manager in the past, it's almost been 2 years now, and that's Mr. Hani Rustam. We are number 1 rated on TripAdvisor. We are anxiously awaiting to become a Forbes hotel, so that's a designation that we are currently working towards. And with regards to leading hotels of the world, as well as American Express fine hotels and resorts, as well as AAA and CAA, we receive unannounced audits throughout the course of the year. And if we have the ability to get the ratings, then we would be at a certain level. So right now we are classified as number 1 on TripAdvisor. We are the only hotel in Toronto when we opened that was considered a 5-star luxury product. With regards to the main branding, primary target markets, secondary markets, it is varying. We have 77 rooms within the hotel, so we receive a lot of entertainment clientele, so a lot of VIPs that would be checking in. I don't know if that is going to be one of the questions, but we are not at liberty to discuss who the VIPs are that are coming in. We do sign confidentiality clauses when we join the property, but that is certainly a key number 1 target market that we have. On the weekends, we do have some leisure travelers, some families checking in and things along those lines. And Monday to Friday, we do have a lot of corporate clients that book in with the hotel. We have a sales force designated to the team where there are negotiated rates for those corporate clients. And we're always interested in taking individuals under our wing and seeing if they'd like to join with the corporate rates. So if somebody does check into the hotel, we ask for a business card, and then we give that to our sales team in order to prospect for future business. In the surrounding areas, this is considered Yorkville, and so on Bloor Street, which is 2 streets south of us, it would be considered the Mink Mile. So a lot of people refer to that area of town as similar to Rodeo Drive in California. A lot of independent shops within the area. So in Yorkville, everything is upper, middle, and lower. So I'm always directing people to their favorite stores based on that. You'll see it at eye level, or you have to look down below and maybe go down the stairs in order to get to your destination. We do have a fantastic restaurant on property, which is called One. It's our celebrity chef, Mark McEwen. For those of you who don't know that name, he has several restaurants within the city. He also has retail outlets. His most popular one is at Shops at Don Mills, but he has also opened one, in the entertainment district as well. He was also one of the judges on Chopped. If you watch that food and beverage show, it's a nice format for some individuals who are in the culinary side of things at George Brown. And he was also one of the chefs on Top Chef Canada as well, one of the primary judges. We do offer 24-hour room service, so it is also hosted by One Restaurant. We have a separate relationship, but guests can sign to the hotel room, so they run their own property, and we run our own property at the hotel level, but we wanted to make it seamless for our guests, so that's why they have signing authority within the hotel. Within the chain of command, which is the second question that is coming up on the listing, we do have the general manager of the hotel, who I've mentioned, that's Mr. Hani Rustam, followed by myself, the director of front office. Then we have an executive committee, so we've got human resources, we have director of finance, we have somebody who handles our IT, as well as our revenue management, and we also have a director of sales and marketing. From there, they are the department heads. They all have management underneath them that would run their departments. So the gentleman that was at the front desk, for example, that you saw, that's Adam, and he's the front office manager. Underneath him, he has supervisors. Underneath them, there is a guest service agent. Then we have bell door valet staff. You saw our concierge. He greeted us as we were coming in. That's its own separate department. We have housekeeping, we have maintenance, and we have reservations and switchboard. We also have, did I say maintenance?
Yes.
Yes, okay. A maintenance department as well. The smallest and largest department in terms of people, housekeeping would be number one for the size, the largest in capacity. We would probably closely second follow at the front desk because the front of house would incorporate the concierge or the overnight team, the front desk, etc. We have 77 hotel rooms, and the room options that we have are our signature suites. That's our top level, and they are 3 in total. So we have one on the second floor, third floor, and fourth floor. So the room numbers are 205, 305, and 405. And those are generally booked by our sales team. It's not something that if you were to walk in, we would necessarily sell an individual. We're very careful who we place into our signature suites, and we're very careful about the pricing point. So there's never generally a discount on those room rates. Followed by the executive business suite. That would be the next level. And then we have a luxury guest room with 2 queen beds that would follow. Luxury king, and then deluxe. So in that order. So deluxe would be considered our entry-level accommodation. The rooms are priced differently, as the question asks, and there's usually a $75 differential in between the 2 rates, with the exception of the signature suite. The top one sells at $4,000. The amenities offered in the different rooms, we have a facilities fee that we charge to every guest. It's a $12 fee, and that enables them to have unlimited consumption of the water, and it is branded water. You can see behind you the label that appears. It also incorporates the Nespresso machine. We offer soft drinks, so you've got your ginger ale, your Coca-Cola. We have a couple of snacks that are in the room, such as potato chips as well as energy bars, and that facilities fee covers all of that. It also covers all of the local calls within the guest room, use of the house car to get you to your first appointment in the morning, and delivery of newspaper of your choice. That facility fee also covers access to the health club and the business centers, which are on every floor. So we get a lot of questions about that when somebody's checking in, but as you can see, it incorporates quite a bit. So that $12 value goes a long way. Aside from that, the amenities that are in the room are deep soaker tubs. We also have separate showers from the tubs, and it's a rainfall shower. So there's a diverter that one would press. Top one would operate the rainfall. The middle one would operate the handheld. There's also heated marble floors in all of the washrooms, so that's definitely something that's worth seeing. And we also have marble from floor to ceiling. The rates do vary per season. Right now we are entering a little bit of a lower season. For posted rates, you can just go onto our website, click on the brand that I mentioned with regards to the type of room, whether it be deluxe, luxury, executive suite, or signature suite, and you'll be able to see the price points there for you. The different seasons for the hotel, I would say we just experienced our most busy season ever, and that was Toronto Fashion Week. So Yorkville hosted the Toronto Fashion Week 2 days before Toronto International Film Festival. And that for us, because the runway was on our front door, was the most exciting time that we had seen. Followed by Toronto International Film Festival, which is a 10-day period. Generally, that also is the first week that's busier than the second week. Peak times without the year, we also have an annual convention that's called PDAC, which is Prospector Developers Association. That comes every March to Toronto, so all of the hotels will feel the compression in that time frame. We're coming up to another convention coming up called Chibis, and we haven't seen a lot of group blocks with that. We probably have 2 businesses that are coming in, and that's at the tail end of October. So once we reach November, we will probably enter a little bit of a quieter period. We tend to not get busy on Christmas Day, but obviously New Year's Eve, that would be another time where we would be very busy. Valentine's Day is also quite memorable for the hotel. We offer packages that we promote so that we are gaining that type of clientele that we're looking for. And then the summer is always busy, the entire summer for the entire hotel. We have a lot of events that come into play, and it's the busiest time for one. One patio in Toronto is probably known as the best patio in downtown, in uptown Toronto. So they get very busy, and that can create some extra business for us as well, because sometimes people, don't necessarily have a room reservation, but they may at the end of their evening decide to check in. So it's a great affiliation to have on our property. We do have a dedicated human resources, and the service that department provides to me would be the recruiting process. So right now we are hiring for a night auditor position. We're also hiring for a supervisory position, and we're hiring for one bell door valet full-time. So that individual would post on either HCareers or Indeed.com, and then she would assist with helping with telephone interviews and then bringing that person in for a face-to-face interview. We do want to have somebody that has experience when they are applying to the hotel, but don't be afraid of that comment. We have taken lots of students, usually on an internship basis first, and then after the internship is finished, if there's a position that would be available, they are welcome to apply. If I am hiring for a supervisory position, I would prefer that that individual does have the experience necessary. And we do offer a training program with regards to when somebody joins the hotel. Generally, it's approximately 3 weeks in length, and we like to do that so that the individual is exposed to different various shifts. So we have a 7 a.m. start, we have a 3 p.m. start, and we also have an overnight start. So we want to make sure that they have diversity in the training so that they get to experience a little bit of everything before they're left alone. And the final question was with regards to green initiatives. We do have a green program in our housekeeping team, and that is with regards to a card that is placed in the room, and it's with regards to the towels. So if they don't want the towels replaced, then they are told to do one thing, and if they do want them replaced, then they are asked to put them on the bathroom floor. So that's something that we did this year, so that's a recent initiative. We also have a green roof. That's something that's not able to show because it is on the top of our penthouse. So the hotel has 3 floors, 2, 3, and 4. If you're looking at the building, you can see it's much higher than that. We do have 17 residents that live here, and so that goes all the way up to 9, and then our green roof is above that.
Do hesitant considering benefits at a core operation?
Core?
Yeah, one of the core operation for the hotel.
If I understand your question correctly, yes, we are the hub unit of the hotel. We're the first or second person that somebody would see.
Yes.
So the first person would be the door person or somebody unloading luggage, and then the front desk would be that welcoming committee. So we definitely have to make sure that we're maintaining eye contact as part of the standard. We're using your name when you're checking in, and then every guest that has never stayed before is given a room orientation so that we go over a couple of features of the room so that they understand. For example, our draperies on electricity. Some people may not know that that is a button that's placed beside their bed, so we show them where that is. Some people may not know the location of the in-room safe, so we give them a little bit of guidance in that sense. And the concierge also plays a very key role to answer your question as well, because if anybody wants any dinner recommendations or information on tours within the city, or maybe they have a request that's just a little bit different from anybody else. Like I've had requests come through for landing a helicopter, for example, and we have to find out how do we do that and which locations have the heli pads, etc. So they too work very closely with front of house to make sure that the guests' needs are met.
Thank you.
What are some of your partners who you work with?
Valmont.
Vermont?
Our spa, which is located one level below this, would be actually no, sorry, we're on P2. They're located one level just above us, and they bring in all of the product that we use for all of our spa treatments, and we are also chosen. You have to be selected in order to carry that product at a retail level.
Yeah.
You saw me in the lobby speaking with a vendor just before you reached me. That was Lululemon, and that's something that we incorporated with Toronto International Film Festival. We placed an item in every room, which invited them to have a personal one-on-one experience at the shop. And then it also provided them with a 25% discount card, so that if they wanted to make a purchase after that tour, they would have the ability. So we're always looking for different partners in order to launch promotions and marketing agendas with. So I was with the director of marketing at that time when we were having that tail end of the meeting.
What kind of training does an employee need before they entering the front office?
So they would receive, as I was mentioning, about 3 weeks of training, so that they would go through each individual shift so that they would understand the variances that would happen. The training that would be received would be, they would be paired with somebody that would be more senior, and they would be shadowing in the first week, for example, and then the second week they would probably learn a little bit more hands-on. Our property management system is Opera, and that's a fairly user-friendly system, and they need to be able to understand how to navigate the windows that are in that particular computer system. We also use Go Concierge. It's an application for communication towards the concierge in the front desk. So I would be able to book a house car, for example. We have a house car that takes our guests to their first appointment every morning within a 1 mile radius of the hotel. So I would log into that system and I would book the appointments through that. We would also train them on how to use Outlook. That's our email communication within the building. And we send a lot of emails in this particular industry. So it's very important that individuals know how to find information at the drop of a hat. And more importantly, the training would focus in on the leading hotels of the world standards, as well as Forbes standards, so that they were delivering the services that were expected of them according to those audits that we receive unannounced every year.